Who do you think really runs the world?
So I used to ask the question, I said, who's got the most power in America? Is it Congress? Is it president? Is it the CEOs of virtual governments? We're talking Google, Twitter, Facebook, Amazon, or is it billionaires? Okay, the most richest man in the world. Who's got the most power? And you'd be amazed how few people say president. Because they come and go, The famous quote with Putin that he says, American presidents, you don't have to worry about it. They're going to be there 4 to 8 years. Some suits are running, and run the country behind closed doors. And he's got a very good point when he says something like that, Putin. But to me, there are a lot of alliances being built. So if you and I were to think about aspirational type of people, okay, you know how they say, well, Michael Jackson eventually got to a point where he got so many different girls that he started trying with this and he started trying with this. And a lot of these people in Hollywood have so much sex with so many different people that they become creative and they do dumb things, right? Okay. Tiger Woods, the reason why he got these girls, because what do you know what it is to be the greatest golfer in the world? And everybody throws their panties at you. You want to judge a guy like that? Why don't you go be the greatest golfer and see what it feels like to be 1 out of 8 billion? You don't know what it's like. So they're kind of trying and experimenting with all this stuff, right? It's almost like I'm so much in a prison jail. Everybody's watching what I'm doing. I want to break the rules a little bit to see what I'm capable of doing. Okay. So let's go process and dissect some of these guys that make all the money in the world. Okay. You become a billionaire and you're still dangerously ambitious, not from a good place, but more selfish place. Okay. You took over an industry. Now you're worth $5 billion. Now you're worth 10. If you're a billionaire, you're the best at what you do in your space for the most part, or you help build the best in that space for the most part. Okay, cool. So maybe your marriage didn't work out. Maybe you're not the best father in the world. And you're like, well, I want more control. I want more power. I can't be a president. I don't want to be a president because if I run for president, they're going to reveal the things that I've done in my life. And God forbid, if that gets all the light, I don't want that. That's embarrassing. But you know what I'm going to do? What if I can take over the world? Are there other people like me that are driven by wanting to take over the world? What if we could make the world one place and we make all the decisions for everybody? Because I'm probably one of the smartest people in the world. And that conversation's taking place. Again, you really start having that godlike figure. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with George Soros. In one of the interviews he gave to LA Times, he says, I always fancied myself with being a god.